Folks, please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. You are in attendance of the June 10th meeting of the Town of Canandaigua Planning Board. A couple new faces. Now let's go through the room and I'll introduce the people up front. Kim Burkert is our remote facilities coordinator. We've got Dan Barkowski, who is our alternate planning board member, but is active this evening due to the absence of one Mark Tolbert, who's away. So Mark is not here. He's excused. Dan's filling in. Tim Schneider, active board member. Amanda Van Laken, board member. Bob LaCourse, board member. I'm Chuck Euler, board chairman. Kristen Smith, zoning officer. Eric Cooper, representing MRB, and Chris Nadler is our attorney. And Corrine Hatch is our, I missed you last meeting, but I'll get you this time. Corrine is our recording secretary. All right, we're going to follow the agenda as published. And I think most of you folks have been in front of us before, so you know the protocol, so I won't go through that. I will open the board or the room up to privilege of the floor right now for anyone who is here or in digital land that would like to address the board regarding an issue that is not on the agenda. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We can continue with the agenda itself. We had no legal notices required to be posted for this meeting. And therefore, we will move on to CPN 2025-007. Mahar Engineering, representing property 5575 routes 5 and 20. They are requesting a second 90-day extension on their approval from back in August of last year. Is someone here there representing Mahar, Wilcox? Now, I think it's the second meeting that no one was here to represent them. I do question the reason for the extension and wanted to make sure that they knew our requirements as far as only permitting 2 90-day extensions, and that would hopefully give them some urgency to get it done. But if no one's here, I can't poke them. So the actual extension, the 90-day extension, expired May 24th, and I guess the only reason we've been somewhat cooperative is because they got their application request in before the 24th, but they haven't been available. I know they were not at the 27th meeting in May. They're not here tonight. Mr. Nadler, what do you recommend?
Has anybody reached out to the development office?
I personally have not. I haven't had it.
But do we believe that they've been notified of this event?
It's in the workspace.
Through cloud permit, I guess.
So the board,
They got a message that the agenda was set.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same sounds a message.
I mean, the board is entitled to vote to deny, vote to continue, not address this matter. Or you could adjourn it because it doesn't cost you anything. And, you know, if no circumstances have changed, why wouldn't you grant a 90-day extension request rather than make them come back and you go through all that rigmarole again?
Agree.
Do the same thing.
This had a subdivision involved and a site plan, right? Subdivision was recorded and signed and recorded. So it's just the issue of the site plan that they're requesting the extension. How do you feel, board?
Was the reason why they needed an extension?
I think that was part of the problem. We didn't,
They did.
the last time they
They provided an explanation letter on May 29th. Unforeseen circumstances with contractor costs and availability of building materials. They aren't able to start the building process before the first extension expired.
That's a reason. Well, being such a nice day outside, do we feel benevolent? Want to give them 2 more weeks and then come the 25th?
Oh, just, yeah, I would say so, not.
And-
days.
Yeah, I would ask staff to make sure they're actually contacted personally and,
They did get a message on June 2nd with the agenda, notifying them of the agenda, so we have been in contact with them.
okay.
If they logged into the workspace, right?
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, they're
they-
responding to messages.
Well,
They had
they,
some-
perhaps, would they, someone like say, hold the weeks on your board once and then the meeting?
I can't speak on that, I didn't talk to them,
Oh, I mean,
I'd assume
for
so,
an
but
extension request, do they need to be heard?
Well, like I said, I wanted to make sure they understood our rules of procedure in terms of doing extensions.
I haven't been here as long as you, Chuck. What's precedent? Do they need to be here?
Normally, yes,
We need like a
somebody.
clarification. Yes,
Yep,
Can someone send an email
right,
to say,
okay,
we would expect you to explain, address the board regarding this application for a 90-day extension?
Yeah, I can give it another 90 day, I just prayed until the next meeting.
No, no,
oh,
no.
no, I'm not
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
9 days.
The price of the,
We're giving the next meeting to grant the,
yeah, I mean, the reason is kind of vague because the price of wood and the price of contract are not gonna come down in 90 days,
all right,
in my,
let's put this thing to bed,
continue to June 25th.
5th, June 25th. And
That's so
the
much.
applicant be notified to be here
Second.
and give the reasoning, how they stand, how the application, where they are as far as getting a building permit. That's the kind of stuff we like to hear. Okay, got a motion?
Tim,
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We move on to CPN 2025-012. Anthony Valencia. Property at 1880 State Route 332. It's a continued site plan. Anthony, what's new?
So I'm representing Sarah Janeco in a kind of an expansion on her project up at Stella's Florists complex up there on 332 at Purdy Road. As everybody knows, a few years back, she did a whole, renovation. She tore down the old building, greenhouses, and put what's there today. There was a larger project that was approved by the planning board when that was all going on. There was a separate 4,000 square foot building that was going to kind of parallel to the south along 332 to the main building. That never got built out. So now they are requesting to kind of expand on that building that was originally approved and construct a banquet hall, event center type building in the area off the north side of Purdy Road to the west 332. As far as site work and things of that nature, we are going to expand on some parking area. The main parking area just to the south, the previous plan showed one more row of parking right by that existing drainage area. So originally, when this was all approved and built out, they built out all the stormwater management for the whole project. So including the 4,000 square foot building, and then also part of that project where the building is going to go now that we're proposing, that was going to be another additional parking area. So we're actually lower coverage now and lower impervious area than previously approved. We're gonna hook up the public water, public sewer, everything's there. To the west, we are abiding by that 75-foot landscape kind of buffer area between the residential lots and this proposed event space. All of the downspouts in the area are gonna be tied into the existing infrastructure and then head out to that stormwater management system to the northwest, so. It's pretty straightforward with it. We're staying within we kind of designed the building and there are some elevations of the building, if you want to pull them up, to kind of fit within the current setbacks and not really reworking how the traffic flow comes in off of Purdy Road. We'll still be able to come in off of Purdy Road, have it drop off, and then, multiple places to park. Do one note that that building shows a 40-foot tall building. It will be 35 in regards to the zoning restrictions.
So,
Then I go ahead, Tim.
say that you went from a 4,000 square foot building to an 8,000 square foot building, but you actually reduced the area of impervious?
Yes, because where the building was now was also approved as another additional parking area. So
And you still meet all of your parking requirements?
for that district, we are, yes.
Anthony, how many people does this hold?
I think it's 175.
Hours of operation?
I don't have those, but I'm assuming it would be, no later than 10 o'clock.
I'm just saying because the residents. and
I can
everything
have
are-
that. I can have Sarah write up a,
Yeah.
kind of like a schedule of operations and things of that nature.
Yeah, and the parking inclusive of all the parking of Stella Forestry and all.
Yeah, we have
all that stuff.
we have kind of a breakdown of the site plan of all the spots that are available.
175, it's 136, I think I counted the
I
parking.
believe so.
Um,
I don't believe there's a specific number we have to hit in that district, though. We just have to have enough.
Yeah, there's no specific number, but they're supposed to provide the planning board with basically an estimate of what the demand would be.
Okay, we can do that. We were kind of estimating that we would need, if we're targeting 175, 180 people would be, half that in parking spaces. Plus, there is the ice cream stand that probably wouldn't be operating some of those times, depending on the weather. So I don't know how many cars are
Big
up there.
business.
Could be.
Coffee shop. Your drawings show a patio out back, but not your site plan.
Yeah, the one thing that we were kind of wondering is if we could have a patio to the west of that in that landscape buffer. But we weren't sure if we were able to do that, so. Because we do have to abide by the 75-foot landscape buffer. I just don't know if we can have a patio in there. Hanlon threw that on there. I wasn't planning on it. He kind of tossed that in there with the 45-foot building, so that might be put in front of the building. We're still, but I don't think it's gonna be there in that buffer. We don't want to have that space free and clear with the triple row of,
Yeah, I would agree
Evergreens.
with so close to that neighbor right there.
yeah.
Thank you. And just for the record, I searched for an event space in this zoning, did not find it.
It's not, it's more of a banquet area. It's not really defined well in the code for that area, but everybody has, in the town has kind of agreed that it makes sense. It's not something that's against what
Yeah.
we want up there.
I just want to make sure that's said out there because it's not.
No, it definitely came up.
But it
Yeah.
is been approved already.
Yeah, it was not I guess it was more so like if we call it a banquet center or event center.
Yeah.
So, weddings, not like corporate event center, but more like, birthday parties, weddings, that type of thing that you'd see in our area.
And then with your lot line adjustment, you're gonna get like over 7 acres, I believe, 6.75.
Yeah, we're gonna take that whole piece. That was supposed to be done previously, but because they didn't do that other building and parking lot, it just never got filed.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessary for that time.
Then you fit within the zoning of a 1 acre, I think, for a
Yeah,
banquet.
yeah, we're within
Yep.
the zoning, so we try to keep it, tight into that requirements of what we need.
Those are my questions. Thanks.
Okay, you see Jim Fletcher's comments at all?
No,
Anthony? He has a concern, and I agree with him that if you want to put the site plan back up, Kim. Do the location of the entrance.
Mhm.
that people will park out on Purdy Road and walk up the driveway to go in rather than parking over in the parking lot. Or if the parking lot gets full, that they'll park on Purdy Road. So that's a concern. And then I started thinking, well, if you maybe turn the building 180 degrees and had the entrance.
The problem with turning the building is it gets into our traffic flow and it gets over the setbacks. With that size of building. And we can look at signage along the road, it's, you know, like something that says no parking. Kind of thing, and then there is a plan for overflow, they do have the flower stand on the north side that they could shuttle people to if necessary. We can write that up in the plan, but
Okay.
we could definitely propose some signage along on Purdy Road, not to, you know. No parking.
And I guess, are you saying tonight that the patio and pergola is
The
not part of it?
patio is not part of it.
Okay, because,
We are not, I'm not including that in it. That's why I didn't add it to the plan, because that was never part of it, and I had that conversation with Hamlin about, you know, keeping within the footprint, not going about beyond. So there, we might. I'll have to talk to Sarah about it. There might be an adjustment, maybe putting the patio on the front side somehow, but I don't think that's gonna happen
when are you gonna do that?
tonight, like tomorrow morning.
Okay, well,
If that does
Is it
change, we'll let
something-
you- yes, if it does
so
change.
you're gonna come
we'll
back
let
and
you-
amend the
yes.
plan?
Yep.
Or do you wanna continue until you get to talk to Sarah and,
No, I'd like to continue on with the plan as of right now.
well, I'm just telling you that, I guess, once, if and when we approve this plan, this is the plan,
Correct,
okay? And any changes to it.
I have to come back.
You come back. Lot line adjustment was not done yet, you said? Not
No,
done?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
done, it's just not, I haven't done the application yet, because I wanted to make sure it was something that the planning board was in favor of.
Okay. And you're okay with Farmington Water?
Yeah, I've gone through, they've commented on it, I'm sure we're gonna have another set of comments, so. We're waiting for some more MMPs to come back from. The mechanical stuff on inside the building to come back from Hanlon, once we got.
Mhm.
Once they've gone through the construction documents.
And I think we've talked about the adequacy of the stormwater. That was over designed originally, I think.
It was
Allow for that.
correct, yes. And it works really well. There's rarely any water that actually sits in that.
As far as buffer planning and landscaping in the parking lot, I know the ECB had a concern. Regarding the. Landscaping, this is the landscape plan, right?
Well, we're gonna have that buffer on the west side, and then we're gonna try to keep those mature trees along Prairie Road.
Mhm.
There is no plans really, I mean, on the east side to kind of buffer it.
Those trees on Purdy, those green squiggles,
Yeah.
they're existing
Those are existing, yep.
and they will remain.
The plan is to keep them in
Mhm.
place, yes.
Okay. MRB, for some reason I have a highlight here is your review. Did it involve anything of? I don't want to say importance, but. You want to bring up
A lot
to
of the
the-
stuff we've kind of talked about here, making sure that they're consistent with the architectural plans. Showing the outside patio area, having parking estimates. Some other stuff that are minor changes to the plans. Corrections. I think probably. I guess anything else would probably lighting plan, landscaping plan, and landscaping schedule. More specific sequence of construction. Then probably the biggest one is preparation of SWIP, being that it's part of a larger common plan development over an acre.
Mhm.
There was one, but I'm assuming it got closed out.
I would assume it got closed out. I don't know officially or unofficially it got closed out, but we could take a look at it.
So that's probably the biggest one, preparation of SWIP. Another necessarily changes the plans.
It would just be the SWIP paperwork in general. The application, which we can do.
Okay. Other board members? Anything else? I'll open it up to the public. Anyone in the public like to address the board regarding this application? If not, the Ag Committee did review it. They said no effect on agriculture. And the County Planning Board will assure compliance with zoning law. Got that covered. Okay, anything else? No? So this is a unlisted action. So let's take the seeker separately. And you gave us an amended part two?
No,
Oh, it's the same?
yeah, that's the same one, it's just for you to remove the draft one.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh. Or need to autograph, okay. Okay, so somebody want to address the seeker with an unlisted action? We sold the part one supplied by the applicant, part two and three were supplied by MRV. Is everybody okay with it? If they are, someone give me a motion.
I'll make that motion to approve the secret resolution on unlisted action at 1880 State Route 332 and CPN 25-012. The approval, there's no other condition.
Outside.
Okay, for the seeker, yeah, I don't think there's any other conditions. Okay. And that was the second amendment? Okay, got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries on the seeker. Let's move on to the site plan itself. We've got the right revised date on here. It was January 30th. It's the last plan, so that's the plan we're approving. We're considering. Someone want to give me a motion on the site?
Sure, I'll move to approve CPN 25012, single stage site plan at 1880 State Route 332. With how many conditions were we up to now?
What conditions do you want? I know there was some
Well, there was
stuff
the
here about parking estimates, the hours of operation,
yeah.
revisions to the building height. Questions about the patio and buffer area, but
Yeah.
it seems like you're moving forward with plans as presented. Correct. Right, barring any changes.
So the
Schematically.
elevations will have to be
Yes.
changed. Revised elevations to reflect 35-foot height. And no patio and pergola. That was the only issues. Christine's.
So, I mean, we can just do one condition, let's do one condition, that the plans are be revised, to provide hours of operation for the closed business. The parking estimates is in our letter too, but estimates of parking demand and usage rates. Our letter touches on that it should include the businesses on the site as well, to make sure there's the people it's ready. And the plans to be revised to revise the building. Is there anything else that's missing?
Hours of operation, you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what hours of operation.
Yep.
Building height. And parking.
So we had 8 to begin with, right?
Well, it sounds like, I'm sorry, I got two questions, but Chuck, with regards to the patio, I don't think the changes are required there, because
It's not on this
moving
plan.
forward with the site plan, but I guess you're right, actually, no, we should make it so the condition is the architectural plans to be revised to meet that.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tim.
So in the resolution, there were 8 conditions. And we're adding,
I'm gonna add one condition that the plans and materials are to be revised to provide this, and then just list them. So again, that's
so a total of 9 conditions.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else that the board wants to add.
Not mine.
Hours of operation, building height, architectural plans to revise regarding the patio. And parking estimates.
And I guess as far as Jim's concerned with the parking on Purdy, if it becomes an issue, I know you have comments that I always seem to be addressed to satisfaction of Jim. If he requires no parking.
I'll ask him if he wants, I'll reach out to him and see exactly if there's something we can do there.
It may not become evident right away. It may be after the building's built. And, you know, operate, facilities are going, then we have to put the parking signs up. So maybe he will come back to you and Stella, or you and Sarah,
Yep,
and ask for signs to be purchased.
okay.
Okay?
Parking prohibited there even?
No,
I know.
No, it's not.
it's not really.
I looked at it today
The
and
roads.
It's like a bike lane. And there's not a lot of room to park there at all.
The only bring that up, say, it might require a town board action if you wanna say there's no parking, right? We make the prohibition there with signs, like something.
I'll see if Jim's got a opinion on it. I'll talk to him.
John, the placement of no parking signs by a municipality, does that require the action of the town board, or is it
Yeah,
something
yes,
does?
if it's a town road.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah.
Okay, well, if needed, you'll provide. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay,
And one more, Eric, just to make sure that your capacity is the capacity based on that traffic study, okay? So that, you know, we don't all of a sudden gain 200 people, you know, that capacity is what the capacity is gonna be.
What capacity you're talking about?
175 on the building
Oh, okay, the
itself.
building.
Parking.
Yeah. Cause that would definitely change traffic. That
Yeah, I'm gonna
capacity
double check
change.
that number. I'm pretty sure that's
whatever.
where it was, but we'll verify that.
okay. So, Tim, you made a motion?
Awesome.
You seconded for discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a good night, bud.
All right. Flipping the page. We're over to CPM 2025-013, Cody Johnson, 5300 Blackpool Drive. This has been a continuation of continuation of continuation, and
Just needs
Ms. Johnson, right?
this.
How you making out with your septic?
So it wasn't uploaded into the plans. Cody and Zach both said that it wasn't uploaded into the cloud permit, so they haven't heard anything. So they said moving on, that they were gonna look into a couple different options. Because we don't have the plans currently. I don't know if they're still in the works, I don't know,
Okay,
but coming here, the boys said that they're not on cloud permit. So Cody said that he talked to whoever last week and I don't have them.
okay.
And Cody said they went to his email, so,
So we're not ready to move ahead with any type of considerations.
or he hasn't heard, like we had to come back to get additional plans going on with the septic.
Yeah,
And they weren't uploaded into the cloud permit.
who was supposed to upload them?
So the engineering firm.
Mark's engineering.
Oh, okay, so Mark hasn't
Not-
uploaded. them.
No,
Got it.
that's what the boys said, yeah. That they just haven't been uploaded yet, that he was in contact with them, but
Well, more importantly than us having them is that the DOH or whoever's gonna approve the system gets them, and we see that approval. That's sort of what we've been holding off on,
correct,
because we gotta see that to make sure that
correct.
the limit, as far as number of occupants in the home, the septic system, the new septic system
Yeah,
is approved and ready to go. So I guess what we're saying is, it's still
that
a
we'll
work in
just have to
progress.
push- Yeah, that we'll just have to push it out.
Okay. We can do that, I guess. Well, I think we did it for a month. Before,
Hopefully it
that's
wouldn't
what,
be that long, but
I'd like to do it. I think by the time
it's been.
it goes through the approval process and it's gonna sit on somebody's desk, I just know the way the regulatory people work. It's not gonna happen in 2 weeks. So we're looking at 4 weeks, which would be first meeting in July. So, board, let's consider another, continuation,
To July 8th,
July 8th.
so moved.
Second. Amanda.
Okay, further discussion? So we're pushed, no, July 8th would be a month
Okay.
roughly a month from today. So hopefully by then Marks would have submitted it to the regulatory people for approval. And certainly, we'd like to see it too, but it's those folks are the ones that are the decision makers as far as the approval system.
Cause I know you said it had to be in June 3rd, but onto the, like, make. sure
Right, yeah, we
everything
did,
is
it's not
submitted.
gonna say,
So-
July first,
July
deadline
1st.
to most.
Right, okay,
Okay,
alright,
all right, we have a motion, or do we have? A motion?
Yes.
Yes, we
I
do,
mean,
okay.
And
I know what you're talking about, July eighth.
second.
Okay, continue to July eighth, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed. Okay, thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay. Next one is CPN 2025-017 Gerber Homes, wants to build a home over on Thomas Road. And this, a prerequisite was going through the ZBA. And it was continued at the ZBA this month or last month. So it won't be heard until this month, which means we cannot take action tonight or the 25th, so I think it's been continued to the 8th. Yep, okay. So I need a motion. Okay, second. I heard the motion. I heard the second.
It's just great.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jeopardy, every motion is.
Okay. A lot of housekeeping.
Yeah.
2025. 030. This is Mr. Fuller and his representative. And I guess we have two things related to 405 Lake Shore. One is a request to amend the site plan approval. And then at the same time, grant extension, second 90-day extension also.
Yes,
Sort of belts and suspenders. Take operation, make sure you got it covered.
yes.
Okay, so for board members, if you recall, the approval and the conditions were involved. And I think, if I'm correct, you want to amend one of those conditions.
Yes, it was the condition regarding the access easement with the neighboring property to the south. We still had continuing discussions
Give me
with
your
them.
name and.
Pat Sheedy, Carmina Wood Design, project
Right,
engineer.
okay.
Tim Boyle is also here from the ownership group. But yeah, so we've had continued discussions with the owner to the south. They haven't come to any conclusions or agreements on an access easement there. But as part of our proposed site plan, we are more or less better defining those two access points. So we have one separate access for our property and one separate access for there. A portion of theirs does cross the corner of our property, which Tim and the ownership group is okay with. But we just can't seem to come to terms of an agreement with the people to the south for an actual, legal agreement in place.
Where's your access?
That's the survey. If you can find the site plan.
Scroll down.
Oh yeah, that's the drawing set. So if you scroll down, one more page probably. Yep, here's the site plan. Yeah, so currently, there are two existing curb cuts here and here, but to the west of the curb line, there's kind of a pavement strip here, so it all connects really. So what we're doing is we're gonna remove this pavement and have two defined access points. And the access point to the south, crosses our property corner right here for this little area here. But there should be no, intermingling traffic anymore between the two properties. Off-site really.
And even though you don't have an access easement from them. Or from you to them, that's not an issue with the owners.
No.
No,
Okay,
an
yeah.
issue for the owners of the southern property to the south, but. I don't think it's this board's.
Well, if they wanted to, they could cut it off. More to the second party's interest to have that easement than
Right.
necessarily you, yeah.
Absolutely, and I did have an easement drafted and sent to the owner, and he just wouldn't agree to our insurance requirements if in the event he had to excavate in the area or, and just don't have the luxury to waive those insurance requirements.
Mhm.
So I wasn't asking him to pay us for the use of the land for anything. It was a pretty standard access agreement and I think he agreed with it fundamentally, but just said I, can't agree to those insurance requirements. So,
Well,
So now he has an access with no easement, is that accurate?
well, my attorney would make an argument that depending on how long it's been there, he could have prescriptive rights to the property. So I honestly don't feel like getting into a contest with my neighbor. We have a pretty good relationship. He was a pretty assertive gentleman. The other issue was the water line that comes out of our property. He is relocating that at his expense, but his first proposal was that I split it with him. So I mean, he wasn't a shy guy.
all right,
But I've tried to do I've tried to do everything he asked to comply with your request. We put an agreement in front of him. That was a pretty standard, straightforward easement agreement. And he is relocating his water line. He did indicate to me in an email that he's working with the town to get that done this season. It's a pretty expensive proposal, from what I understand. So,
okay, well, I think in the approval and that, in that condition, we were just trying to clean up what already existed which was, they're traversing your property and
don't disagree with you.
make subject to an easement.
We
and-
tried. And I tried to honor the spirit of your request and certainly,
Okay, so that's issue, and I guess the other little bit of good news I heard in PRC was that you did submit a revised landscaping plan for out at the corner. Any movement on that with our friends at this?
We haven't had any correspondence with them in over 2 months. So, we're continuing to follow up with them. Yeah, we submitted what's called a use and occupancy permit. It's basically anything that you propose that is related to your project, but is within the DOT right of way. They make you go through this full permit review process. Apparently it goes through the local regional office and the Albany office, so it's a 2-step review process. But yeah, we're still going through that process. We did submit that.
Okay,
So
you wanna roll up that plan that showed the landscaping? I'm not sure if the
probably one of the last pages in the set
board,
here.
certainly better than what we have, and I think it's in the
Yep.
spirit of what we were trying to get.
Yeah, so it's really just adding a few landscape beds there with some shrubs and grasses there, just to make it, a little more of an attractive corner.
if they let us do it, we'll make the investment.
Yeah, they had provided some initial, design review comments that this plan reflects. But we just haven't gotten a firm answer whether it'll be allowed or not through their permit system really.
Okay. So that was also a condition of the approval, right? Or how was that written, that you attempt?
The condition was written that we make the effort to, and there was notations on the plan stating that, if DOT approves that or not, those plantings may or may not ever get installed. But yeah, we're following through with that, and we have no issues planting those plantings. It's just a matter of DOT will allow us to.
I could dress up the property, so it sounds
Mhm.
good. All right, getting back to the original request, which was to remove that one condition regarding the access easement, is that how
It's the same conditions except for it removes the one.
okay,
Some of them are already done.
all right, does anyone from the audience want to address the board regarding this request? If not, is the board ready to take action on the revised resolution of approval?
You did 2 and a 90
Chris,
days.
you don't have any objections?
Well, we'll do the 90-day separate.
I don't have any objections. Well, did they apply for an amended site plan approval?
No, they're applying to remove that condition.
If you were granting an amended site plan approval, it wouldn't need an extension. If you're amending a condition, you can still
This is a lot of good site plan approval.
pay for it.
Well, okay, we can talk about, the reason you need the 90-day extension is if we remove that condition,
Mhm.
you're pretty close to good to go, right?
Correct, yeah, I believe we have everything else addressed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tim and his team are, eager to get going construction wise, so I know there's a couple estimate forms and surety bonds and things like that they
Oh,
need
yeah.
to provide,
Yeah,
but
with the town.
yeah, all the other conditions have been addressed.
I don't think it matters procedurally how you do it, grant a 90-day or. I think that makes sense. If that's what's on the agenda, just do it that way.
Well, it's true, we're granting a revised, so the clock starts again.
I think it does.
Yeah. All right.
Let me see what the resolution says.
So by,
Sure that.
I think, okay, board, what we're saying is by granting this site plan approval with the condition, that one condition removed,
Oh, no,
That's correct.
based on the wording of the resolution, I think you still need a 90-day extension.
That's how we understood it, so.
okay, let's take them one at a time. Somebody want to give me a motion on the single stage site plan resolution amended proof?
I'll make that motion to approve the single stage site plan resolution on 25 dash 30405 Lake Shore Drive. With 11 conditions, with some being done already, but right,
Mm-hmm.
with 11.
Most of them. Yep. Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, the last revised plan is January 21st of this year. That was the plan that we were looking at, I assume, right, Patrick?
I feel like there's a later revision than that, that should be uploaded in the permit system.
Okay,
We can confirm that
Yeah,
date with you
whatever.
guys.
doesn't have affect the substance of the resolution, but
Okay,
let's take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the site plan carries. Let's talk about the second 90-day extension. To be consistent, and the reasoning for your request for a second 90-day extension is to,
to actually address, the remaining conditions and, submit for final approval here. To get our site development permit. As I understand, we have to submit plans and you guys have to stamp and sign them.
Technically, it already expired on May 23rd or something, so. They're already given the time to give you the plans to sign.
give you.
Yeah, I think we're basically at the step, yeah, for final signatures
Okay.
and actually, applying for the permit.
Okay, so now we know the reason for the request for the extension. To be correct? Okay, motion please.
I will move to approve CPN 24061 and 405 Lakeshore Drive for a second 90-day extension.
Very good. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, for discussion. If not, all in favor? Okay, Phyllis. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Okay, next one is 2025 U33 Marks Engineering 3850 County Route 16 site plan approval at the corner of Wyfels and Westlake Road. And Logan representing Marks Engineering.
So what we're proposing here is a new garage that's attached to an existing house, along with a new porch off the front that faces the lake. We're also proposing the kind of abandonment of the existing driveway that's on County Road 16. It's really close to Wyfels Road, so we're moving it to Wyfels Road for safety reasons. Lower traffic, better sight distance, things of that nature. Because it's an existing house, we don't have to hook into any new utilities. We are under the 20,000 square foot threshold for stormwater mitigation, but we want to make sure that we're not sending water to the northern property. There's an existing, there's a property and we don't want to have any water go that way. So there's like a kind of a basin per se that we're kind of directing all the storm water to. We have proposed kind of dry wells to kind of infiltrate the water, but if there is overflow, it goes kind of across the driveway to another dry well. So we're trying to keep it all on site so it doesn't go off onto Whitehall's Road. We have submitted a shoreline guidelines today. We submitted a landscape plan in the original application that kind of goes over that. There's no new development on the lakeside or the lakeshore portion. And where the existing driveway was, it's gonna be all grass lawn area.
Is that a sidewalk coming up?
Yeah, there's an existing sidewalk that we're gonna kind of extend down to the lake for access down to the lake.
So that'll be in the alignment where the driveway is.
Yeah,
currently.
right.
How does your impervious and building coverage numbers change?
It's an increase of, I think, a little over 6%. I have the calculations on
Lot coverage?
the site plan that shows the difference between the existing and proposed. We're still underneath the 25% coverage, but we still have mitigation practices in place. We did get a variance from the ZBA.
Yeah.
Or
Sure brought
setback.
that up, that you did get that, yeah. For the setback,
What's that?
you got that for the setback?
Yeah, for the garage, because
Back
we didn't
on.
want to push the garage further north, preserve level space for, playing. They have kids, so they want to have a space for that.
Yeah, that was I guess, a concern of the ECB. And I guess it was. Well, it was ECB for sure, and I guess concern anyone that, why you couldn't move further north, you're saying it takes away from usable
Yeah.
playground area, and I guess it doesn't line up too well with the configuration of the existing building.
Exactly. There's portions of the house that they want to preserve, like that patio area. There's a door coming out. They want to be able to still use that. And if we push the garage further north, there's a chance that we're going to be grading into and directing drainage towards the northern side.
Increasing the impervious area to.
Yeah,
extend
correct.
further.
Yeah.
You mentioned improved site distances. I don't think you're showing a.
I don't
Site
have
distance.
site distance on this. I can provide that if you require that.
Would be required, yeah. The Kistner chambers. How do they work? They essentially,
It's a concrete basin
Mhm.
with holes in it. So it creates a void for water to go in and then infiltrate into the soil.
and there's, I assume, some sort of impervious medium around it to a certain depth or width.
Right.
Okay. Is
We
there
have
a
detail on
overflow?
it.
Is there, yeah, I know, I saw the
Yeah.
detail, it's just.
It-
One of the
Well,
layman's,
it's a little bit different than the ones we usually use. We wanted to create more void space for this
Mhm.
application. And try to keep it on site as opposed to having the option of, pop-up emitter or anything like that.
so on the surface, it's just a lid. Essentially. Yeah.
And this is accessible for cleaning or maintenance?
Yep.
Like that?
Yeah, next question is,
I'm sorry.
what maintenance is required?
Yeah, absolutely.
And whatever maintenance is required, that should be reflected on the plans. Some. Okay.
Right.
I think you have that in your. At least your
Usually have a
review.
note. It's usually in the notes. It's a typical note.
Do you want the maintenance of it specifically spelled out? Our condition says that the note is added as to maintain to remain as functional. Do you want it like a maintenance schedule or something on it, or is that note satisfactory to you?
I think that's, it requires maintenance. You just get, it's not out of sight, out of mind. Jim Fletcher, was questioning the driveway slope and you're less than 10% coming out.
Oh, and coming out to the road, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, definitely.
And he asked about the site distance and of course, he's concerned about the H2O service, the water service. ECB did suggest moving the garage, about that. County Planning Board found it to be exempt from any review, so there's nothing we have to take from them. I did read somewhere either in the zoning file or the site, neighbors had a concern. Did they come out to about the height of the garage?
No comments on that, but it meets the zoning criteria for height.
Okay.
You're taking out 2 trees, I saw.
Mhm.
I didn't see your landscape actually like that.
I'm not sure if it's in this, is this the revised one or,
It's the only one we said.
there should be 2, there's a.
I have one.
The initial one and then there's one that
Did
Upload it to the variance application.
You might have done the variance one, because you said you uploaded a shoreline one, but that one was uploaded to the variance one, not the planning board one.
I just.
very well could have done that.
Yeah,
If it's this site plan, it should have the landscape plan in there, but maybe mistaken.
the April 16th revision isn't in the site plan, it's in the
Okay, I'll
zoning.
make sure that I upload everything to the
And the plan
Site
say
plan.
County of Yates. Sorry, I don't know why that stuck out in the cover page for each of them. It's just a ticky tack thing, but
yeah, that's that shouldn't be there.
okay.
Go down past the site plan, it's usually there.
You wanted this picture?
I'll keep going to landscape. No, it's not in that one, so I have it in my sheet set here if you wanna take a look at it.
You're looking for the landscape.
Yeah.
That was in the other one.
Yeah, that was in the variance.
I just moved that into the site plan.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, it was in the variance.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
So where the hedgerow is being removed for grading, I'm adding trees to create a continuous buffer between the house and the road.
And that hedgerow, of course, is staying. It's a nice hedgerow. That's some planting and stuff.
Yeah, I catered that portion of the landscape plan for the shoreline guidelines.
Did the ECB have the benefit of this plan? Okay. So you're okay with the species?
I think we noted that we appreciated.
The use of native species. The MRB mentioned the steep slopes in your review. So you just. Up in the bank.
Is
So
there
you
a
said
comment?
you
Is there
submitted a
comment?
shoreline guideline statement
Yeah,
today?
I uploaded to the variance application.
And it didn't get site
Did you ask if we had a comment?
I saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we submitted it to the we submitted it to the site plan application one.
Okay.
I thought I had sent it to.
you may have
Sick
you
cloud.
as well.
maybe sent to Lindsay or Brendan, I'm not sure if I've seen it or not, but if it's in the cloud permit, then we'll respond to it.
That'll be a condition.
Yep.
And just so you know, it was based on a previous set of plans with the city.
Logan, I'm sorry, I don't see your silt fence in here at all. I don't know, maybe I'm missing it.
And then there's some more closer.
And it has to come all the way down here because you're tearing up that driveway.
I think there is some down there. It looks like,
It's hard to.
that was one of the comments we had, that we
Oh, yeah.
requested it be moved slightly, but there is some silt fence down there.
If it's not on the updated plan, then I'll add it to the walkway portion.
Lateral.
I guess maybe if you could make it more prominent, just so.
Yeah.
Boulder.
Yeah.
This.
Silt fence right there, that's F, yeah, that definitely needs to go down further.
Within the limits of your students.
It's like here,
Oh, it's outside of it.
yeah, and then not down here at all.
Look at
That's so small.
Yeah, I guess getting back to Jim, I think he was asking, did you show the HDO, the water service? He was questioning it.
Well,
Was that shown? Or you didn't- didn't know where it was.
Our record maps that we had didn't really show where that was, so, I mean, what we usually do is field investigation, but we're not like disturbing the existing water service.
No, I-
So it's like,
At least so full service off of County Road 16, not Weapons Road. I'm assuming.
yeah, well, I mean, we're not
I think he
We're not
said,
disconnecting any of it.
I think he said in PRCT that this is, the city serves this. So is that right?
For that.
Because it's so close to the church.
It basically more than the treatment plan, whatever.
It's in there.
Okay, take care of the water. Anything else? Anybody in the audience have any questions regarding this application? The request to build a garage at the corner of Weifels and Westlake Road. If not, let's move on. It's a type 2 seeker. So let's put it all together with the site plan resolution. And might as well ask Eric now, what are the additional conditions you have on the?
I didn't
None?
have anything.
Well, the site distance for the driveway, I think that was in your letter.
Yeah, we have it in our letter, so.
Okay.
We
So
can
you
add as a
don't-
condition.
No,
but it's
that's
already
right.
covered.
Silt fence, is that in your letter? Do you have a condition that says we need to refer to your letter?
Yeah. That's pretty.
Oh, they always have that. They always cover that. I think the revision date was April 16th. That plan was in the, so the,
There'll
yeah,
be
the,
another one, but.
the first whereas should have a revised date, April 16th. Okay, somebody give me a motion for the bundled seeker and site plan.
Motion to approve the type 2 super action and single stage site plan for CPN 2025-33 at 3850 County Road 16 with still the original 10 conditions, right?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Further discussions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
good to see you, Logan.
See you too.
Good.
Okay. Moving on to 2025-015. Marathon Engineering representing Jeff Cook, for a final subdivision site plan approval for section 1. Consisting of a number of homes, which I won't go through, a number of apartments, commercial space. This is a final site plan, following up on the preliminary site plan. Overall preliminary site plan is approved. Matt, how we doing?
We're doing great. How you been?
We're hanging in.
We're back.
All righty. First of all, thank you, Jake, for putting the more detailed plans together.
Yes, we did add landscaping in addition to the layout, just we felt that that kind of gave the board a little more representative information. Specifically about, you know, for the form-based code in those areas, so.
In the apartment and
In the mixed
commercial,
use.
in mixed
that's
use.
correct, yep.
Mhm. Where you, I mean, essentially. You got lot 503 and 502 and 501. So they're shared parking. And you're going to take care of that sharing of parking and. Anything, I guess, any.
There's a reciprocal, there'll be a reciprocal easement agreement filed, covers parking, ingress, egress, shared utilities that aren't. Meaning storm sewer that are not dedicated for maintenance, the landscaping, et cetera. That's
That
correct.
occurs with the final plans, or is that part of the permanent?
The reciprocal easement agreement will be by the owner to the owner for those
Okay.
apartment buildings. That won't be anything that the town,
No.
or excuse me, it won't be granted to the town for
Right.
that maintenance.
But we definitely will want to
But
take a
the
look.
town will review the.
Sure.
terms of it. Yep.
Yep, these on the lots. Will be sold. Is, yeah, the handicap parking provided on the apartments and that's according to standards.
Yep, so we summarized that as well as the bike parking, I think was a question that the board had last time for those as individual or collectively as it's split among the lots. The number of trees per island, those kind of things we tried to delineate in the those blow-ups for the board's consideration, again, all meeting and consistent with what we had. One other change on the plans, since we're talking about it, that community building with some elevations was uploaded. I know the board was interested in that. It did grow slightly from the original as Ian, Jeff and Dave were working with the architects on that. But Jamie Wick with Hamlin is on if the board had any questions on it, but there's a gym, mini bowling alley, a golf simulator, community room and gathering area, bathrooms and changing rooms for the pool. And we flipped the patio, if you will, to orient more towards the pool from where it was towards the parking lot. And that's really the only substantive changes to the plans that you guys, that we uploaded on June 3rd for you guys. We also had received a comment letter from MRB as it related to plans. Those responses primarily dealt with the grading, stormwater modeling for the SWIP. So that was re-uploaded into the grading permit application that we have currently, but we have responded to that as well with no issues with any of the comments.
The community center, that's usable or accessible to just these apartment buildings, the apartments or the mixed use,
Apartments and
Apartments,
mixed
mixed use. Single families or they're not part of the club. And same with the swimming pool and I assume the pickleball courts.
Correct. Those are amenities for the apartments and mixed use.
The perimeter along the back of those single family homes, like a lot 13, 12, I guess it's. And the community center is, that has some landscaping.
Yeah, sheet C 8.1 or 8.2 shows that, but we're putting evergreens along the entirety of that rear, essentially right from the northern corner of building 4 all the way down to the stormwater management facility.
And that landscape will be on the
On the
Apartment.
apartments property and will be maintained by them, yep.
Load, when people move into the apartments, what would be the method for unloading the furniture? Is there a loading area or a designated area, or you just pull up to the front door
In the
and tie
front
up an
door.
elevator and
Yeah, yep.
move? Okay.
The areas in the front of the garages are extra wide to allow both for the backup as well as fire lane considerations. They're 40 feet, so there is room for a truck to sit opposite from the face of the garages without impeding traffic, and they'd still be able to get around and in and out. So it's not designated loading, but there is wider drive aisles to accommodate that in the rare instances that folks are moving in and out.
Your higher end ones like this too, Chuck, just so everyone's aware. They have property managers, they schedule your move-ins and you're not allowed to move in. You know, on nights and weekends and, you know, if they're moving, if you got a truck parked there all day, they'll tell you. You
Who owns the property between Fire Hole Road and lots 503 and 502?
It's our understanding that's a portion of right of way. There's a stream, daylighted stream that goes up through that
Yeah, I know
area.
there's a big pipe that comes.
Yeah, and it's our understanding that that's town of Canandaigua property, whether it's right away or a separate parcel, we're not 100% sure.
know, that sounds about right.
So you have an access way going out to that sidewalk at Fire Hall that crosses that corner, so it'd be essentially the same as a
Oh,
public sidewalk.
Yeah, Chris, that's right.
I see it, and this connects to the right of the sidewalk in the right of way that we're expanding as part of it. So it's only on your property.
if you're short of that, that's town property.
It is, yep, yep. That's still right away in that portion as it goes further north. I'm not entirely sure.
If it turns out some other guy owns that and they can't build that there, then they gotta come back, so I'm okay with doing it like that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty, as I recall, it's town property and the town is.
So
As part
the-
of the incentive zoning has approved or will approve the location of the sidewalks. The amenity sidewalks.
So the view from the back of building 3, assuming that's where your unit is out on that. Looking toward Fire Hall, would be looking at that right away.
I'm not
With-
sure.
with-
I caught the first part of your question. I'm sorry.
If
Jeff.
somebody, building 3,
Yeah.
the apartment,
Yeah,
if you're facing toward Fire Hall, you're essentially looking over that no man's land or right away.
that's correct. The west face of the building.
Subject to whatever landscaping you're putting in.
Yep, we have foundation plantings along the whole side, and then there's street trees or trees along all of the facades of the buildings as well.
Board, how we looking? Any concerns? I told Mark that, you know, this would be up to CD Mark Tolbert and asked if he had any concerns, and he had none. So he was okay with as proposed. Any further concerns of the board?
Fine, fine, answer already.
I'm clear.
Good, okay. Just want to make sure okay, item number 3. Set aside for the park plan is in there, and that would be based on issuance of building permits, as we always do. For both single family and when will you know the mixed use, how it's gonna be used, mixed?
The commercial space.
Yeah,
I would anticipate, I mean, if somebody comes tomorrow, they'll sign a lease, but no real marketing or anything of that nature yet. Usually we find it's up and open and people can look at it before people really get serious about signing a lease on something, so. That's what I would anticipate here as well.
And you have a standalone sign, which we saw, be out at the entrance of the boulevard.
Yep.
And fire hall. And as far as compliance with our sign regs, which in the UBC or the FBC is, you know, somewhat conservative. You'll have to comply with any other signs you put up. With
Yeah,
the
we're not
regulations.
anticipating any building mounted sign. If a business goes into the mixed use, they may have to come in for a sign themselves, depending on what that is, but otherwise just street addresses are the intention.
Is your monument lit? The sign?
Yes, internally lit, yep.
Okay, Chris, you have any?
No,
Thing
it's
related to the
going
final.
We're just mentioning, calling out the reciprocal easements. In the condition number 11, we won't go over that again. That's it.
And MRB, you let your feelings be known in your.
Yeah, we received a comment letter. Jake sent us back revised materials and we're working through our review of it now.
I will make a point, I guess, for our town manager and for our development team. In the incentive zoning agreement that the town board authorized, Jeff Cook signed it. It spells out, and maybe you're already doing this, but it spells out the process to get the other stuff approved, because you're not getting site plan approval for the sidewalks, for the park amenities.
Amenity approvals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says go to the park and rec committee for that stuff. It's spelled out right there, so at some point, take a look at that.
We have submitted to them already,
Look at you.
but because we weren't ready to pull permits, we haven't finalized.
Okay.
However, our goal is to start grading relatively soon, and as you know, the amenity dollars are within the letter of credit established for the grading permit, so our intention is to move
You're all,
forward with those, so.
you're in compliance.
Yep, so we're ready to get going on that.
And regarding, I just found out this evening, Sarah had some comments.
Looks like she did a thorough review, but she provided some comment.
I think we ought to put a condition in that her comments be addressed. Okay. Okay, I think they're along the nature of the form-based code is sure that standards. Okay, so that would be one additional condition, Eric, that the town planners comments be addressed. Anything else? John, do you have anything? Nope, nothing from the town board's perspective of this approval.
We're in sailing phase now, right?
We'll see.
We're just.
We didn't vote yet.
Also, you need agency approval.
How close are we? Very close. We've got our second round of county sewer comments, which we're finalizing. There's about 12 to 13 comments there. We got our will serve letters, which will satisfy health department, and we're Farmington Waters squared away.
Nice.
So the bond's been submitted for the amount for the secondary connection for approval. So DEC is just about ready to sign off. We're getting there.
Okay. So let's move forward then. We have a resolution in front of us for a final.
24.
24.
The word phase keeps coming up there. A final phase subdivision, but for section 1. And someone wants to have the honor of making that motion. Please do.
I'll make that motion to approve CPN 25-015 excuse me, for final phase subdivision and site plan approval at 0000 Parkside Drive with the 24, I heard. Comment of conditions.
For approval. Okay, further discussion?
I'll second.
Oh, further discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Okay, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Wow.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you guys for working.
Yeah, thanks for being patient.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I thought we're seeing the dirt removed.
What's that?
I thought I was gonna see dirt moved already.
Yeah, we thought so too. It's coming now. Yeah, guys are slipping. Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
Too wet, yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the minutes from back on May 27th. Kurt, any corrections? I don't think there are any corrections. So Karine, you did a very nice job in those minutes. So as submitted, someone want to make a motion to approve? Thank you. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
I will refrain, but I'm sure that they're perfectly representative of.
Okay,
the time
motion
spent.
carries. We have some money to give away.
Yeah.
For Creekview Apartments, Woodland Park, Section 2. Letter credit CPN
Oh, let me-
23.
You be Mark in place
Jen.
of Mark.
You want to be Mark?
I'll be Mark tonight.
From the DeMarco wants $275,941.97 of the original, a little over $500,000. So that leaves about 246 in the kitty. So someone will make a motion. I think it was signed off of, if I recall, there it is.
Amanda's looking at it.
Amanda moves.
You want to look at it?
I'll move
Okay.
time and you guys
Great minds up here.
can. Okay,
Oh, I don't know about that one fire hydrant assembly.
look. It's a lot of
It's
pressure.
been
Signed on behalf of Mark, okay?
signed off by
It's a
most
big
of.
chunk of- There's a nice little chunk of change there, so moved.
Okay.
Second.
In great feedback on your voices.
Get a motion in a second
Practice.
to give away $250,000. Get back. $250,000.
Yeah, it's not.
Give away. If anyone give it away.
We're not giving away town money. We're giving back.
All in favor?
246. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I hope I made Mark proud.
Okay, other business, I think you all saw, or you should see, Bob's solar planning checklist.
Checklist.
If you didn't,
I think I have.
he
Yeah.
did an original spreadsheet and then I think Lance or MRB had some things to add to it and they were added. And the reason I bring it up is because we're gonna get into the sun again with New Michigan Road. So it's very helpful
This is a checklist of things planning board should consider.
in the solar law. It's all the it's parameters of the solar law that some setbacks, height
It's a
of fence.
breakdown of the solar,
Yep.
of our existing law.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's clean, it's, gives you references where they came from. So it's all back and forth.
So if you didn't get it, then certainly make sure you do get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
That's something that in the future staff can give out if we want. If it's appropriate, I don't know.
I think it should be done at PRC, actually.
Yeah,
The
say
checklist
information,
run.
put informational
Yeah.
on the top, then.
Yeah.
Oh, and then go through it. Actually, yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, and going down to training, you saw probably today, Sarah sent around a joint board meeting, 23rd, 6 to 8. Okay. With food. That brought me out.
It just came through today.
Maybe-
Sarah sent it.
And maybe we'll find out the status of our future land use. Remember?
Next week.
That is what the meeting's about?
It's about the comprehensive plan and,
Oh, I know that's what it's about, because it's with MRV. That's what we're talking
well,
about.
Matt Horn's involved.
Yeah, it's,
Matt kept referring to it and we kept saying, I don't think we have one.
yeah, it's for the development of one, existing development.
Yeah.
So it will be a fun one to attend for the planning.
Oh, is that a promise?
Don't worry, it was the first I heard of the other day too.
Oh, yeah, okay. well,
Secrets, I said. We gotta let everybody know here.
And I don't think we ever saw a recap of the last meeting.
I was just
Is
gonna
that
say,
a year
Yeah.
ago?
Eric, tell Matt that if I would recommend he produce the minutes
Yeah.
of the last meeting.
Yeah.
Cause if you guys asked about it,
Look,
like.
We
months
were there,
afterwards,
we participated.
Yeah.
We were very collaborative.
Sent them to somebody.
And we were told there'd be an overview, a write-up of it.
Yep.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
everybody's use, and in the meantime, go look at your future land use map first quarter and see where things have to be changed. Yes.
The comp plan is being,
Changes, we need a map.
if we're getting
I
ready to
think-
reopen.
Planning for multiple sessions as well, even though we canceled that proposal and only went with one session. We're gonna go back to multiple sessions. So. Just waiting on another proposal.
Multiple joint meetings. Yeah, that's sort of the way it was gonna be last year. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, other training, you got the MRB Hancock Boot Camp. 626 on being a ZBA member, 724 is solar.
Yep.
925 is housing.
Mhm.
Let's see, 10 or 1123 STRs. And what, oh,
It's
1218 was Santa's wish list or something.
And
Nice.
Ian Park, Travis's company still wants to come in too, we're just trying to figure out how long
And
we
when.
could do that with, and when. When you
Oh.
can come in.
Okay, let's see what comes out of PRC on Monday. Sure. See if we got a meeting that's like,
Yeah, like, yeah.
Planning Federation, the FLCC. Conference. Deadline for, if you wanna go to that, is to let Tammy know by this Friday. And that includes, housing. Conflicts. And Matt Horn. And then the Planning Federation has a very interesting conference on building health, having infrastructure and health, the relationship between the two. It's a learn at lunch thing on the 24th of June. And that is very interesting.
There is something else for your calendar, but the American Planning Association, the Upstate chapter has a conference this year in Rochester
Oh,
at the Hyatt. It's in October, so it's a little bit. They haven't released the session list yet. They're still working through the proposals. But when that comes out, I can send it your way. It's usually a bit more technical than like the Planning Federation, but usually some good sessions and it's local this year.
All day.
There's 3 days.
Eric,
Read
be
it.
a tent on the sidewalk,
Oh, selling.
I will be there.
selling t-shirts.
MRB. All right, anything else? Our next meeting is the 25th. That's a Wednesday. Team, so don't come here on election day.
It's just the.
It'll be busy.
Chapter.
Hopefully.
Sections of Buffalo.
Okay,
motion to adjourn at 7:24.
Second.
all in favor?
Hi. American Planning
Opposed?
Association.
Thanks, Dan, filling in.